Good day, everyone, and you are once again welcome to Justified series. So now today's focus is going to be what? English language. And yes, we are focusing on what? The WAEC English. Are you getting me? Ahead of what? WAEC exam coming up on the 10th of June. She gets next week, 10th of June. Are you getting me? So now I need you guys to pay attention. That is Emmanuel, Esther, and then Blessing. Pay attention, because of what I will teach you in this class today can help you get an A in English language. Yes, easy A. Yes. Now, so today's focus is English. So before I start, I'm going to give you guys a breakdown of how the WAEC English Theory works. Now, pay attention. Now, see, first of all, your WAEC English exam is broken down into three parts. You have what we call what? The WAEC OBJ, right? We have the OBJ. We have what we call what? The essay, which is also known as what? The theory. Then we have what we call the what? The oral. That is the oral English. That's what you do later when you are done with what? With these two. Yes. Now, each of these carries their own mark. This one carries, I guess, 80 marks. This one carries what? 50. This one carries what? 120. You can see. So if you can do well in essay, your A is already sure. Because of you not get out, you cannot get 0 here, you cannot get 0 here. Do you get it now? Which is why today my focus is on what? Essay writing. I get me. Sorry, it's on essay rather, which is theory. Yes. Now follow me. Let's dive into what? Into essay. Pay attention. Ensure to what? Watch this video to the end. Don't skip any part at all. And yes, before I forget, my name is Justified, and I'm the CEO of Justified Tutors Academy. Now make sure to like this video, comment anything you don't understand, and what? Do well to share to your friends, and most importantly, tap that subscribe button, because of if you don't subscribe, you will not get to see me again. I get to me, and this is very important for what? For your WAEC examination, because more videos are still coming for physics practical, for biology, and also for chemistry exam coming up on Thursday. All right, so now that is it. Do well to subscribe. Now follow me. OBJ and this thing is not our focus. This is our focus for today. So now, listen, now you see, essay, also known as what? The theory session, is divided into three parts again. We have what we call what? The essay writing, which we know as what? Letter writing. We have what we call again the what? The comprehension. I get me. And then we have what we call what? The summary. Now, let me break it down for you again. Essay writing carries 50 marks. Comprehension carries 40 marks. Summary carries what? 30 marks. We need light. What's your problem? So now, essay writing now is broken down again into different parts. Let me just read for you what I have in my phone, what I've already written down. Now, under essay writing, we have the following. In essay writing, your content carries what? 10 marks, right? Your organization, that is the way you organize your writing, and the way your letter is written, the way it's organized, how structured you get, carries 10 marks. Your expression, how your letter is, carries 20 marks. And what? Your mechanical accuracy carries 10 marks. Now, let me say this. For essay writing, the letter I will recommend you to write that will help you get 38 plus over 50, that is close to 40, is what? Is your informal letter. Now, you see, essay writing is broken down into 5 parts. We have the formal letter, informal letter, argumentative essay, we have the narrative essay, and then we have one more. Forgotten. Yes. So now, you see, out of all these letters, there is one I will recommend, and that is what? The informal letter. Because of, you can easily what? Express yourself to your friend. Are you getting me? Let me give you an example of an informal letter that I have here in my past question. Let me just quickly go there and let me read it for you. Hope I can find it, shall. Hope I can find it. All right. Yes. Your friend wrote a letter to you, and part of it reads, I think I am going to fail my forthcoming examination. I don't know what to do. So that means your friend doesn't know what to do. He's asking you for advice. Then I said, write a letter of encouragement to your friend discussing at least 3 things he or she can do to. You can see, very simple. Just write a letter to your friend encouraging him, telling him 3 things he or she can do. It's as simple as that. So you can easily express yourself in that letter and you will get your 20 marks easily. Your content is very, very easy to do. You get your organization. You don't need informal letter does not have much rules. So you can easily earn 10 marks for what? Content, organization, and what? And then expression. The only place that you might miss some things is what? Is mechanical accuracy, because of they are strict in marking that. Are you getting me? So that one you might just get like probably just say 5/10 in that aspect. But the others, you are sure of what? Of getting 10, 10, 20. So that's why I would recommend what? I would recommend informal letter. So, but if you don't like informal letter, you can choose your own. I get me the one you are good in. It's fine. But for me, if you want to get A1, like sure A1, sure banker, it is what? It is what's called it? It is informal letter. Now, let's not divert from where I'm coming from. So now that is that on what? On essay writing. Now the next part is what? Your comprehension. Now you see, many people think that comprehension is just all about it's like they don't. Let me just break it down for yourself, so that you don't have what the misconception that people have towards comprehension. Now, comprehension, first of all, is very simple. You don't believe, Abi? It is very, very simple. Because of in comprehension passage, all you just have to do is what? Lift from the passage. Like, take your answer from the passage and what? Put it there. Anytime they say why, don't just start with because. Do you get? When they say why, you write the reason in detail. Why did she go to the market? She went to the market to go and get something. Why did she leave the house in the early morning? She left the house to meet this person to deliver this. It's as simple as that. She can now also again under comprehension. Comprehension is divided into I think A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Yes, H. That's 8 questions. Yes, 8 questions exactly. So it's divided into 8 questions, and then under comprehension, there is to ask something like, what is the grammatical name for this expression? So you get all the kind of things. What is the this thing or this thing? Now, let me tell you. In English, for the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years, English only tests you on these 3 grammatical functions, these 3 grammatical expressions, which are what? Adverbial clause of time, I get to me, adjectival clause, and noun phrase. These 3 are what they used to test you on every single time, yes. And it's so just write it down and go and practice it, go and know the way they come, because of they can bring anyone, but these 3, but they'll bring one out of these 3 and not out of, like they'll bring one out of it. She gets one out of these 3 that I've mentioned now. I'll come again. I said adverbial clause of time. You can just write adverbial clause, go and learn everything under it. Then adjectival clause, and then what? Noun phrase. Now, they can also test you on what? On figure of speech. They will ask you, okay, what figure of speech is this? In the past 6, 8 years, WAEC has only tested students on what? On these 3 figure of speech, which is what? Which are what? Personification, metaphor, hyperbole. Sorry, there are 4, and simile. Yes. And simile. So go and learn it as well. Yes, are you getting me? Go and learn it, and you know the meaning of what you're trying to say. So that's it on them. What's on comprehension? Then the remaining part of comprehension is just the part where they ask to find the nearest meaning of a particular word. Yes, that is that on comprehension. So you can see once you can do this well, you have 38 here. This one you must get your 40. 30 plus 40 is what? We give you 78. Now summary. This summary, you are not missing anything at all. 30 marks, and that is my focus for today. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. Now, you see, many people over the years have believed that summary is hard, and it is because they do not know what the rules towards summary. They don't know. But today, Emmanuel, Blessing, Esther, you see that thing there? You go sabi and today. Oh yeah, let's go. So now, there is something about summary that you don't know, and it is the rules. Rule number one under summary. Rule number one under what? Under summary is this. Never ever lift from the passage. Never. No try am. No try. See, summary is all about using your head to form your own sentence. All you just need to have what is the keyword. Are you getting me? Now, I will show you an example. Today, I'll be taking just 2 summary questions. That is one from last year and one from the year 2024. All right. So now, let's dive straight into it. Now, so the passage will be displayed on your screen. Yes, to be displayed on your screen. So now, do well to pause the video and read the passage. Are you getting me? Ensure to what? Read it to the end. Don't skip any part at all. Read to the end. But then, before you read the passage, there's what you must do. Before you read any summary passage, there is what you must do. Go down to the end and find the question. Yes. Now, for this passage that came out last year, it says, in 6 sentences, one for each. That means in 6 sentences, that means you'll be writing out 6 sentences. Are you getting me? Summarize the qualities that the writer advises parents to instill in their children. So, our focus in this passage now is this. Qualities that the writer advises parents to instill in their children. Abi, is that not it? Qualities that the writer advises parents to instill in. So now this is the question they actually do, but in 6 sentences. Now, before I dive into the passage again, summary questions always come in this format. Either they say in 6 sentences, or they tell you in 3 sentences for the first part and in 3 sentences for the second part. So you get. So most times under summary, you are just to write 6 sentences most times in summary question. Yes, which means that what every question carries, I guess, 4 marks. Yes, every answer carries 4 marks. No, 5 marks rather. So now this one, if you can get one quality right, you've already aimed yourself 5 marks. You get the second one right, another 5 marks. Are you getting me? Yes. So that's it. Now, back again to this. So this is our focus. So now let's go and read the passage and let us see where they mentioned qualities. So the first paragraph now says, for all well-meaning citizens, the moral descendants in our societies nowadays is cause for concern. Let's blah 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 blah. Let's go down to the last sentence in that paragraph. The man said, in order to improve this situation, parents need to inculcate certain sterling qualities in their children. Now, this is the beginning now. There is no doubt that temptations are bound to arise in everyday life. However, if lessons in self-control are instilled in children, that is your first key point. So the first key point here is what? Is self-control. Now you might be wondering, how did I know it is what? Self-control. It's because of it is there. However, if lessons in self-control are instilled, we have the keyword there, instilled. So you get, because of initially they said that we should in 6 sentences summarize the qualities that the writer advises parents to instill. So we are looking for what the writer is advising parents to instill, and he just said it here that if lessons in self-control are instilled in children, that means if parents instill self-control in their children, they will be able to resist temptation. So that means this is our first keyword. So this is one thing that we are going to be using to make our first sentence. Are you getting me? But then I want us to get all the keywords before we start answering the question. Now, because of that's what we must do. Get all of them first before you start answering them, because that will help you so you don't become slow. Now, the next paragraph says, because of no, most times in summary, one paragraph carries one keyword, the next one carries another keyword. Are you getting me? But sometimes they can put 2 keywords in one paragraph. But then let's move on. This one, all the answers are in each paragraph. So now it says here, today many people consider themselves better than others and before look down on them. Sorry, many people consider themselves what? Better than others and therefore look down on them. They are ignorant, impudent, and what? And intolerant. As such, they are hardly ever willing to what? Accommodate other people's ideas. I get me. And I said again, a child who has imbibed, the nearest meaning of what of the word instill is what is imbibe. They mean almost the same thing. I get me. A child who has imbibed the virtue of humility. Point number 2 is what? Humility. You can see, there is one keyword that is giving us our answer, and it is what? This instill. Even if they use the nearest meaning of it, we must still know. Shall you get? So that is it now. And you see that if you read to the end of that paragraph, you just see what they are saying: humility this, humility that. She gets. That is that. Now, the next paragraph. Parents should ensure that their children take part in chores and duties at home. They will what? Therefore know that what? There is virtue in serving others. That's on that advice. You see, let me now tell you how that's what's on that advice. Because of the guy is saying that what? Parents should ensure that their children should what? Take part in chores and what? And duties at home. He's advising them. Is advising them already that what? Parents should ensure that what their children do all of these things, and they will what? Therefore know that what? There is what? Virtue in. That means when they tell their children to do these things, it will instill in the children the thought of serving others. So point number 3 is what? Is serving others. Hope you are following me. It's getting interesting, Abi. Don't worry, you enjoy it more. Serving others. Now let's go on to the 4th paragraph, Abi. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th paragraph. In life, we cannot avoid obstacles and what? Disappointment. A child cannot learn how to walk without occasional falls. Similarly, in life, we experience what? Occasional what? Setbacks. For example, a child may fail a test at school, and then in such a situation, what is needed is what? Is encouragement that will boost what? The child's confidence for what? Future tests. Now, parents can help. Parents can help the child to work out a strategy for achieving what? Resounding success. That is, children should be taught the truth in the axiom. That is, parents should instill in their child what? Resilience. That is, don't just get discouraged. If you fail today, you work harder to get better tomorrow. That is what he's trying to say there. Even though they are using they are not telling us the keyword there, but that's the right word, resilience. Because it says again, children should be taught the truth in the axiom. If you fail at first, try and try again. What is that this thing referring to? Try and try again. It's referring to what? Resilience. So you get someone who doesn't give up. So point number 3, the guy's advice is what? Is resilience. I got the spelling, sha. Make a check. Make a check. Resilience. I get them. I sabi book. I get them. All right. So now let's move on. Now let's go again to the next paragraph because of all the answers that are in paragraph. Now the next paragraph now says, many adults lack integrity. So when they say yes, they really mean no. They can therefore hardly be trusted or relied on, and usually what? Fail to take responsibility for their what? Actions or failure. Now we're going somewhere. He now said, the actions of such adults have grave implications for society. If parents, now this is the advice, so this is the advice. Listen carefully. If parents train their children on the need to have integrity, key point number 5, integrity. Integrity. So now, if parents train their children on the need to have integrity, such children will not go about engaging in what? In criminal activities. That is the key point number 5. So now, the last key point now that will help us to seal it up on this question before we start constructing our sentence is what? Paragraph 6. Right? Paragraph 6. No, yes, paragraph 6. I mean, 7. It's paragraph 7 rather. Paragraph 7. Now, paragraph 7 says, yes, cutting corners in order to get rich quick is the stock in trade of what many adults who now engage in what? All forms of illegal and unwholesome activities to acquire sudden wealth. Indeed, the culture of handwork is what? The culture of handwork is fast disappearing. Now, listen carefully now. Listen carefully. He now said, if children are well trained in appreciating the value of hard work, key point number what? Number 6 is what? Is hard work. So now, that is, key point number 6 is what? Is hard work. Now, let's now move again because of there are still more key points in each paragraph. Let's go to what? To EFG. Okay? Let's go to what? To paragraph 7. It says here, obedience to laws is a key quality. This one, they made it clear for us. Obedience to laws is a key quality that will make any society what? Stable and function smoothly for what? Smoothly. They now said, for example, if taxes are paid when due as stipulated by what? Societal laws, money realized to be used to what? To provide the value in the social blah 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 blah. Let's keep that part. Then now, let's now go to the what? To the last sentence, which says, parents have an important role to play by training their children to obey. Another point again. Obey what? Rules and regulations. Obey rules and what? Regulations. Now, if you read further, you see that what? There are no more qualities. Right? This is the last quality. They are like that. This is the last one. So this is everything now. Now that you've now gotten your quality, you can now say, okay, now it is time for me to what? Construct my sentence in the way that what WAEC wants me to do it. Are you getting me? Now, number 1, do not lift from the passage. You write in your own words. That is what you should know. Always write in your own words. Do not what? Copy from the passage. For example, now, don't say, let me come here. Do not say that what? Parents should teach their children lessons in self-control so that they can resist temptation. That is what? Basically lifting from the passage. Don't say that at all. You get? Because of, in the passage, they said that what? They mentioned lessons and they mentioned resisting temptation. So don't say that at all. What you will say is that what? Parents should teach their what? Children self-control. That is the perfect answer to what? This one. Parents should teach their children what? Self-control. Simple. That one is not listening at all. That one is from your head. Are you getting me? So now, let's start. So, we're already answering no, or should I come again? Okay. Let me come again. Let me rewind. Let me clean this part first. Let me clean this one because I'm using that up to write the answer. So first of all, write it down in your notebook. Write down your notebook. Now, let's go back to it. Now, in summary is what? The opposite of what? Of comprehension. In comprehension, you lift from the passage. In summary, you don't lift from, like you don't try it at all. Everything you are writing in summary should be in your own words, but you must pick out all these key points. You must use the key points. Are you getting me? For example, now, let's go back to paragraph 2, where the first answer is. You can see there, they mentioned that what if lessons in self-control are instilled in children. You see, so it means that you should not mention anything like what lesson and what resisting temptation in your answer. So you get that's what they just want. Don't try it at all. Don't try to mention it because of once they see lesson, once they see resisting temptation, they will just automatically what fail you, and from there you failed what 5 marks. So ensure what to not say those things at all. But then what do you say? The question is asking you to what? The question says that what in 6 sentences, one for each, summarize the qualities that the writer is advising the children to what to instill in their parents. So it's just an advice. An advice, a straightforward answer. Like this, what did mommy say? What did daddy say? That's what comes to your head. Daddy said you should not do this. Mommy said you should not do this. That is how your answer should be. So now in this one, what did the writer tell parents to do? Hey, parents should instill, no, not instill. Parents should what to teach their children. If I use instill, I'll get the wrong sentence. So you have to be careful. Parents should what? Should teach their children self-control. Should teach what? Their children self-control. That's the answer. Simple and short. Children what? Self-control. So now, this one, we are done with it. I'll rub it off now. We are done with this first one. Now, the next one is what? The next sentence is what? Which is this. Now, this one now, how do you put this one in the, how do you turn this one to a sentence? Everything will still be like this. Like, see this thing. I'll teach you. Now, you see, the reason why I could not use instill here is because of, if I use instill here, I will have a wrong sentence. Because if I say parents should instill self-control in their children, you can't instill self-control. Parents should teach their children what? Self-control. That is the correct sentence. You have to know that. So now for B now, humility now. Humility. Parents should instill humility in children. Are you getting me? Sorry, in their children. Parents should what? Should instill humility in their children. So that's the second one. Parents should what? Should instill humility in their what? Children. That's the answer to what? To question 2. Now, what do you notice here? You can say that 1, 2, 3, sorry, 1, 2 are the same. 1, 2. We only change instill and this because of just to make the sentence correct. Are you getting me? And the keyword humility, so you get. And then what? This one stay the same. They are children. They are children because of what? We are referring to what? Their children. Are you getting me? So that's how you do what? You do your sentence. So therefore, B is what? B is gone. You can see what we are doing now. So what will now be the answer for what? For question, for this C part now. How do we put C in the sentence? Now note, there is something that WAEC always do, is that 2 things in the passage can have the same meaning, which is what? These 2. In this passage now, is these 2 that have the same meaning. Serving others and working hard relates to each other. Do you get? It relates to each other. So you must learn to what? Put 2 of them what? In the same sentence. When you see things like this in your what? In your summary, you must learn to what? Put 2 of them together in a sentence. Don't worry, I'll come back to this. Let's jump to resilience first. This one now, the answer will be like this. Parents should develop what? Resilience in their children. Parents should develop resilience in their children so that what? They can cope with setbacks. That is it. Simple and short. In fact, let me come to this one, because that might be a little bit too strong. Integrity now. Just like this. Parents should what? Teach their children parents should instill integrity in their children. Yes, that's the answer. So now, for this one, parents should instill integrity or inculcate integrity in their children. That is the answer. Are you getting me? Simple and short. So you can see, parent should is still there. Then this one changes. Are you getting me? Then now, for the last one, which is what? Obedient, obey rules and regulations. This one basically translates to what? To obedience. Let me even clean itself. This one basically what translates to what? To obedience. Because of obey rules and regulations simply means that what? The child must be obedient. Obedient. Are you getting me? So now, parents should teach their children what? Obedience. It's as simple as that. Or parents should teach their children what? To obey rules and regulations. That is how you do it. Parents should either teach, either instill, either inculcate, either develop, shall all this thing. Put it there. Just what? Make the what? Sentence correct. So now let's write. Let's write. So now, question C now, which is the third sentence, which is under serving others. Yes. So now, parents should teach. That's S. Abi, is there S there? Yes. Parents should what? Parents should train. Okay. This one is not. This one is train. Parents should train their children. Parents should what? Should train their children to serve others. You get it? To serve others. In fact, this one is even correct. Parents should train their children to serve others. It's simple and short. But then you can now add and appreciate the dignity of what? Of hard work. And appreciate what? The dignity of what? Hard work. Right? Like that. Then D now. Resilience. Now, what did I say? What did I talk about, or what did I say about resilience? I said that what? Parents should develop what? Resilience in their what? In their children, so that they can what? Withstand setbacks, so that they can cope with setback. Anyone, in your own words, put it like that. Parents should what? Parents should develop resilience in their what? In their children. In their children, so that they can cope with what? With setbacks. So that they can cope with setbacks. Simple and short. No stress. Let me rub off the first one again. So now, the next one is what? The next one talks about resilience, then integrity. Yes. Which is what? F. No. E is E now. E says that what? E is integrity, Abi. E is yes, E is integrity. Yes. So now, parents should inculcate integrity in their children. You can also use instill, anyone. Integrity what? In their children. Then the last one, which is F, is what? Obeying instructions. So parents should teach or train. Parents should what? Should teach or train. You can't anyone. So parents should what? I'll use train. Parents should train what? Their children. Should train their children to obey instructions, to obey rules and regulation. Yes, because of that's the word from the passage. To obey what? Rules and regulation. So like this, if you can answer like this, you get your what? Your 30 marks. Sweet. 30 marks is sure for you like this. Parents should train their children to obey instruction. Parents should teach their children to obey instruction. Anyone. Simple and short. So now, that is that on what? On the first summary part. So guys, do well to write, pause the video, write, and then what? Follow me. Let's dive into what? Another summary passage. Yes, because I'm going to be taking two passages so that you can understand it well. So that you can get sweet 30 marks. See, this year, you guys get A1. It's sure for you guys get one like this. Are you getting me? So Emmanuel, your A1 gas come. Samuel, your A1 gas come. Are you with me? So now let's move on. Now the next summary passage, it will be what? Displayed on your screen. Now follow me. It says, again, you go back to what the question side. What did the first question say? Remember, follow this. I'm telling you, don't just go and read passage immediately. I beg. The first thing you do is you go and check out what they are asking you to do. And this one says, in 3 sentences, 1 for each, summarize 3 indicators of the decline. So in 3 sentences now, 1 for each, summarize 3 indicators. 3 indicators of what? Of the decline in what? The education of males. According to the passage. Don't let me write that. Then the second one says that what? In 3 sentences, which is meta, 1 for each, summarize. In 3 sentences, 1 for each, summarize. Oh God, my phone above. Summarize what? Summarize 3 likely consequences. 3 likely what? Consequences. And put like that. 3 likely consequences of the decline in the education of males. So now we have what? We have 2 things here to underline. Number 1 is what? Is they say you should what? Summarize the indicators. And then summarize what? The consequences. I get me. That is it. That is the major focus here. So in the passage, we have to what? Look for where they ask us to what? Or we have to look for where they mention indicators. And then where they mention what? Consequences. I get me. So now let's begin. So now let's go to what? To the passage now. As usual, we start from what? The second paragraph, because of the first paragraph is just introducing us into what we are doing. So now the second paragraph says, oh no, let's read the last line of the first paragraph that says, this calls for a determined effort to save the boys' education from further decline and avoid what? Possible unpleasant blah blah blah. Second paragraph, it has been observed that more girls than boys now enroll for secondary and tertiary education. That was the case 40 years ago. It has been observed. It has been observed. They said 3 indicators. 3 words? Indicators that shows that what? Boys, that shows that boys' education is declining. Now, the first indication here is what I just read to you guys. This thing I'll clean to because of the board. Let me just clean it for you guys. So you guys should just learn to write in your book. The board is not big, so we have to use it as it is. So now, let me divide it safe so that I don't take so much space again. Now, let's come in now. The paragraph 2 said that what? Said that it has been observed that more girls than boys now enroll for secondary and tertiary education. That particular line is what? Is an indication already. It is an indication according to the passage. So now what do? Is what? You write it out like this. You write it like this. Instead of lifting from the passage, you write it like this. Lower boys. Should there be number there? Sorry. Lower boys. Lower boys enrollment. Yes, lower boys enrollment in secondary and secondary and what? And tertiary schools. That's the first indication. That's what? That's the first indication. Let me put secondary institutions. Oh, it's not called school, it's called institution. So yes, this is the first indication, institutions. Yes. Because of we don't want to lift from the passage, that is why we are doing like this, because the passage says that what more girls than boys now enroll for secondary and tertiary institution. So therefore, we will say lower boys enrollment in secondary and tertiary institution. This is what a key point. Write it down. The second key point for indicators is this. Let's go to the next paragraph, paragraph 3. Abi? Yes. Paragraph 3. It says that what? In addition, it appears that what? Female students now perform better in academics than male. They are often more on the list of the best students in the class, just as what more girls obtain first class honors. At a dinner for dinner, blah, 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 the guest lecturer asked this. So the key point is what? In the first line. It appears that what? You see, all of them, see, indicators. How do you know an indicator? It's always there. The key word is always there. An indicator is something that shows, right? Now, the first paragraph said that what? It has been observed. That means they have seen. That is what an indicator. This one is not saying it appears. That means it is appearing in our eyes again. That's also what? Also an indicator. So therefore, this paragraph 3 that says that what? It has been observed that more girls than boys perform well academically is a key point. Now, but how do you write the key points? Boys perform worse academically than girls. That's the indication. So that you don't lift from the passage. Boys perform worse academically than girls. Please note, this is not the answer yet, though. This is just the key points we're writing down before we form our answer. And then C now. Let's go now. C is going to be in what? In the first paragraph. C will be in the what? In the fourth paragraph. Which says, more girls seem to show greater commitment to education by staying to learn during school hours, unlike a good number of boys who accept themselves from school for all manner of reasons. Now, this one, the way you write that is going to be in a very, very tricky manner, because of they are saying that a good number of boys absent themselves from school. So you have to know the word that takes in the meaning of absent themselves from school. It is truancy. I get me. So now you write it like this. It's written like this. Boys have what? Higher chance of what? Higher chance of truancy. Boys have higher chance of truancy. So now this is how you write out your key points without lifting from the passage. Now, why are you writing this manner? The way you write it will help you with your answer. So these are the key points. This is what is your answer here. Yes. So now the key points will now help you in writing out your answer. Now, let's go now. Now, very quickly now, how do you now write out this as your answer? You go back to the question. It says that in 3 sentences, 1 for each, summarize 3 indicators of the decline in the education of males according to the passage. Now, your key point number 1 will be what? More girls than boys. More girls than boys now enroll in, this one is simple, in secondary and what? Tertiary institution. All right. Point number 2, for this one, boys perform worse. This is how you write it. Male students perform Male students perform what? Less well academically than their female counterparts. That's how you write it. Male students perform less well academically than their female counterparts. Then see now, how do you write this? This one just write it like this. This one my slides. Just write it like this. Boys have what? Or boys are prone. Yes, boys are more prone to what? To truancy and what? And absenteeism of what? Of school. From school, rather. I'll just take for you guys because of body's already full. So now boys are what? Are more prone to what? To truancy and what? Absenteeism from what? From school. Yes, so that you don't list from the passage in your own words. So now that is not what on the indicators. Now let's now dive into what? Into the consequence. Now this one, I will just dictate for you guys the key points. By yourself, you will write. Sorry, I'll give you guys the key points, and then together we'll write out the words. We'll write out the. We'll write out the answer together. Yes. So let's move. So now it says consequences of the decline. In this kind of stuff, consequences, you look out for what? For the results. Let's just go to the passage. Let's go to the passage. I'll tell you what I mean. Now, your finding should start from what? From the first paragraph. So you get, the fourth paragraph ended with what? Therefore, boys have higher chances of what? Okay, so even themselves, boys have higher cases of what? Of truancy, resulting in what? In a decline. Even themselves, truancy is there. So now, the next paragraph now says, certain consequences may result from this present situation. Most top positions in public and private establishments might eventually be occupied by women. That is what? The first key point. Most words, top positions in public and private establishments might be what? Occupied by what? By women. But then how do you write this answer? How do you write this? Because of my advice, instead of you even writing out the word one side, just underline it. Yes, just underline it so I don't waste your time. So underline the keywords you see in the sentence, in the paragraphs, just underline it. Then now move to writing your answer. So now your answer for the consequence will be like this. Women may occupy. Women, because of it's not sure, it's still a probability. Women may occupy most leadership what? Positions. Yes. That's the what? Consequence. Because of their what? Because of their superior educational performances. Superior educational qualifications. Anyone? So this is the first one. Remember, you can say that what? We are not lifting at all from the passage. If you go to the passage, you see where they mention the answer. What they said there was that what? Women, look at the ending of that paragraph. This 7 now, I mean 4. It says that what? Companies and industrials are what? In constant patronage, and we engage only the topmost brains with the necessary experience to occupy leadership positions. Can you see? We did not what? We did not lift. All we just said was that what? Women may occupy most leadership positions because of their what? Superior educational qualifications. So you get, when there's a decline in the male education, this will happen. Now, the second one, B. Go to the next paragraph. The effect, you can see now, consequence effects are what? Similarities. The effects will most likely be felt in homes where women are married to men who have lower academic qualifications. Let's read further. When rich senior school certificate holders are husbands of graduates or PhD holders, misunderstandings and conflicts are bound to occur. The wives are likely to what? View issues from a broader perspective, while their husband may consider their opinions as what? As confrontal. Peace and harmony may become elusive in homes. That is the answer. That's the keyword. Gone. They put the keyword in the last paragraph. So now, what will be your answer? Your answer will be like this. Your answer will be like this. Houses in which the wife has a greater qualification. Yes. Houses in which wives are more educated what? Than their husband. Houses in which wives are more educated than their husbands may experience conflict and disharmony. So you may put like this, may experience conflict and disharmony. But me, I will put, instead of saying may experience, I will not put may experience. I will put may lack. Yes, I'll put may lack. Oh, sorry. If I put may lack peace and harmony, I will delete from passage. So I will put, yes. So I will put may experience, because of, you must not lift at all. Very, very important. You can see now. You can see I'm correcting my mistake now. So instead of using that may lack, just use may experience what? Conflict and what? May experience conflict and what's another word for disharmony? I don't want to use disharmony. I don't want harmony. Oh, let me see. May experience conflict and love. Let's just use disharmony. But if you have any other word you can suggest, type in the comment section so that I can let others know. So this is it here. Disharmony. Simple as ABC. Now, the last one now for today is in the what? Second to last paragraph. Now let's read together. Nevertheless, the development of let me come again. Nevertheless, the development so far should make women very proud. But with more women as managers and policymakers, the downside is a consequence. The downside is that there may be instances when women use their higher number in positions of authority to formulate policies that will favor them and possibly what? Dominate the news. So how do you turn this particular keyword now into your answer? It's simple. Women in authority, because instead of saying women in power now, just turn power to authority, because of it must be in your own words. You must not lift. So you write like this: women in what? In authority. Women in what? In authority may formulate what? Yes, women in authority may formulate what? Policies that will favor what? Women over what? Over men. That is the answer. You can also say women may. Can also say what? As what? Women in what? In authorities. It should be authorities, or I beg, authorities. Women in authorities may what? May develop, or women in authorities, let's formulate. Women in authorities may what? May formulate laws that will what? That will disfavor men. Exactly. You can put like that. Anyone. Just ensure that what must be in your own words. Never ever lift from what? The passage when you are dealing with summary. And if you are able to do all of this, you will get your what? Your 5 marks, your what? Your 5 marks, and what? Your 5 marks. That's going to be what? 30 marks for the 2 questions. I get me. So ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of what? Of tonight's class. Or today's class. So I trust you all learned something today. And I want you guys to go back to your exam on what? On Wednesday, and what? And bring me back that A1. Because of what I've taught you guys right now, your teacher will never teach you like this. I get me. So I want you guys to what? To go back, practice as many what? questions as possible. Yes, go and practice many questions and but come back and give your testimony. I get me. Don't forget there's chemistry on Thursday, so I'll be dropping a video of chemistry probably tomorrow or on Monday. Then now, with that being said, I remain justified, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share, and also leave a comment on anything you do not understand. I will attend to you immediately. My name is Justified once again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.